Do you know what it's from?
A cactus.
It's from a cholla cactus.
Oh, a cholla cactus.
Yeah. Hey there guys, today I wanted to do a bit different type of video. It's not really going to be a project video, but rather I'm going to give you a tour of my walking trail. It's probably one of the oldest projects on my property since I built my house. And it is one of the things that gets used almost every single day. So I'm going to take you around it, give you a little tour of it. I guess there's nothing super complex. I'll show you how I maintain it and maybe some of the reasons why I even have it. So I wasn't exactly sure how to show my trail, so I figured an aerial shot was best. There's my house in the middle, and to the left is the backside of my property, and you'll see the trail kind of outlined in the desert. It kind of circles the whole property and then goes around my house, and there it is in a little thin line by the roads up front. And this is what the trail looks like at ground level. These are obviously just some clips of me walking to give you some size perspective, but the trail just meanders out and about through grass, cactus, over rocks. I have a few little bridges built and some little shortcuts that crisscross my property, and this is pretty much what it mostly looks like. So you're probably wondering, what are the bridges for? Well, when I originally made this trail, I wanted it to ride a mountain bike on. So they are just in areas that get washed out or sometimes fill up with water during the rains or get too sandy. And honestly, they're just more of a fun thing. So that's pretty much the story behind the bridges. So why do I even have this trail, and why do I go through the efforts to maintain it year in and year out? Well, there are a couple of different reasons, but first and foremost, it is just a recreational trail. My wife, daughter, and I usually walk this trail almost every single morning. My wife and I will have a cup of coffee in hand. My daughter's running around recreating a Disney princess movie that's in her head, and my dog Olive's just chasing something. But simply, it's just a good start to the day. Gives us a little bit of exercise and lets us enjoy our property to the fullest. And then more on the practical side, the trail serves as a way for me to be able to walk the property and kind of see what's going on, see what kind of animals have passed through. I see deer prints, bobcat, no mountain lion just yet, although I have seen prints about a mile up the slope from us. And then it's just a good way to kind of maintain tabs on things, you know, trees that have been struck by lightning or whatever. But lastly, and probably the biggest reason I keep it maintained, is the trail is about 3 feet to 5 or 6 feet in width, the entire circumference of the property, and it serves as a really good fire break, and we are definitely in an area that gets wildfires pretty common. So it's just, at least I have a little bit of a head start if we do get any wildfires. A hula hoe and a rake, and then for some of the tougher weeds I'll use a digger bar or a shovel, but that's pretty much it. Another big aspect of maintaining the trail is in preventative maintenance. So in various locations around my trail where I have a down slope where the trail is going downhill, I have these little berms to divert the runoff water off of the trail and stop it from creating ruts. Some people might know these as water bars, but essentially it's just a little speed bump that moves the water off of the trail so it just doesn't create a V channel in the middle of the trail as it goes downhill. And on just a little side tangent, many of my big projects like the shipping container shop or the sunken greenhouse, the pallet wood axe, chicken coop builds, different things like that, I have thought about all of those projects when I've been walking on this trail, a lot of times in the evening with a drink in hand, just trying to sort everything out in my head. As a lot of you guys know, I don't make formal plans. I kind of build as I go. Sometimes I have little sketches of very general diagrams, but the rest of all of my builds are up here, and I kind of sort that out on this trail. And here are just some quick shots I took with the drone to give you some aerial perspective. Some of these shots didn't really show the trail that well, so I don't have too many of them. And it was kind of hard to keep them smooth. There was a bit of wind today. But you will see there's my rainwater tarp project on the left, and then on the right there is the rainwater garden project, which I never did an update to, and I'll talk about that more probably later. But here's the trail coming back towards the house and the chicken coop and the garden area, and then going off to the mountains. And this is probably my favorite aerial shot. And hold on just for a few seconds, I will show you a really cool view of a deer I saw running with this. And this is just a lateral view of the trail headed back up to the house on the south side of the property. And this next clip is kind of a good viewpoint of the elevation change. It's close to 20 feet from the area on the left to the base of where the house is sitting. And this is that clip I was telling you about the deer. If you look in the background, you'll see him. I almost ran into some power lines here, so I got lucky. Not a good thing. Well, that's pretty much the trail tour. I don't know if it was interesting. It's pretty much just a dirt patch in the ground, and I walk on it almost every day. But it is something that we enjoy a lot. For those of you who have land, maybe build a trail. If you don't have land, but you have a park nearby, maybe look for a little trail there, or maybe try to create a little hidden one. But anyway, something that may be of more interest to some of you, I did want to show or give a sneak peek. This is the frame to my daughter's playhouse. I put some heavy gauge steel in the ground. It's concreted about a little over 2 feet. And then these will get some extra supports, and then I will set that shipping container on there and start framing it out. And I think I'm actually going to be cutting the windows as soon as I turn the camera off. So we will see you guys next time. Check me out on Instagram and all that good stuff. Thumbs up. And thanks for watching. What is that? Is that your dead mouse?